This is Jeff Young, the Catholic Foodie at CatholicFoodie.com, and you're listening to a special video episode of the Catholic Foodie Podcast. We're talking St. Joseph, St. Joseph's feast day, and St. Joseph altars. Why? Because his feast day is tomorrow. Welcome, folks, to the Catholic Foodie, where food meets faith. I'm your host, Jeff Young, and today is the day before St. Joseph's Day. That's why we are talking St. Joseph today, and specifically we're going to be talking about St. Joseph altars down here in South Louisiana, the tradition that we have with St. Joseph altars, and a devotion, a very special devotion to St. Joseph. And we're also talking about the Besh Box. That's right, Chef John Besh, as I have noted over at CatholicFoodie.com a couple of months ago, Chef John Besh has released a new product of sorts, a culinary subscription, if you will, for inspiration, for little gadgets in the kitchen, for special ingredients, all kind of good culinary things to help inspire families to get back in the kitchen and to cook. And we're going to talk about that because the Besh Box that is out now, the one that is available right now, is called the Italian Feast Day Box. And what feast day you think that's for? That's right, St. Joseph, even though St. Joseph is not really Italian. You may find some folks down here who believe he is. But the Italians, and specifically the Sicilians, have a very great devotion to St. Joseph. And that's really the heart of this St. Joseph altar. And we're going to talk about that right here at the Catholic Foodie, where food meets faith. I'm so glad that you're here. That's right, St. Joseph altars, sometimes in other parts of the world, it's called St. Joseph's table. What is it all about? Well, it is about honoring St. Joseph, thanking St. Joseph for his intercession, for his prayers, and for the way that God moves in our lives because of St. Joseph. And it doesn't stop there, though. The altars in particular, the altars are also an act of charity. It's devotion, but it's also charity. Because if you go to any parish around here in South Louisiana, or if you go to even a house, someone may have it in their house, or an altar erected in their house or in their place of business, you were going to see that once the altar is beautiful, right? You have decorative breads that are baked, they're sculpted actually into St. Joseph's tools. They're into all types of different shapes, holy shapes, like a cross or a lamb representing Jesus, who is the Lamb of God. You have all these different beautiful decorations all across the St. Joseph altar. But in addition to that, you see a lot of food that is there for show, in the beginning at least. And there's also a lot of food in the back that's not on the altar. That food is actually served to people who come to visit the altar, to pay respects, in a sense, to honor St. Joseph, to thank him for answered prayer and for his guidance and his protection. And at the end of the altar, traditionally, all the food that was placed there, everything that was placed on the altar that's edible, because it was blessed by a priest in the morning typically, all that food is given to the poor. So you have this act of devotion, you have this act of thanksgiving, but you also have an act of charity. It leads to good works. And I wanted to talk to you today for a special reason. St. Joseph is that special reason, but I also wanted to share something else with you, a little more specific, which is this thing called the Besh Box. Last week, I guess it was Thursday, Friday of last week, I received from UPS. I love UPS. They always bring good things to the house. And they didn't fail me this time. They brought the most recent Besh Box, which is this one for St. Joseph's Day. It's called the Italian Feast Day Box. And I was just so tickled. And I wanted to do something different. Instead of just talking about it or maybe writing about it on CatholicFoodie.com, I thought it would be great to video actually opening the box up. If you look at the website, BeshBox.com, or read the associated blog with it, you're not going to see a whole lot of like what's inside for each box. They had one, I think the first one I got was right before Christmas. And it was shortly after the whole project, Besh Box, was launched. Very excited about that. Since then, they've had one for Super Bowl. They had one for Mardi Gras. And now they've got this one, which is for St. Joseph's Day. Now, you may have read what I had to write about Besh Box back in December when I got my first one. And basically, the Besh Box is a new initiative for Chef John Besh. It's essentially a subscription-based, hand-picked gourmet cooking kit. The kit is shipped directly to foodies and home cooks across the country, and each kit contains a selection of Chef Besh's favorite recipes, specialty ingredients. Like I remember for the one at Christmas time, I had vanilla beans, like real vanilla beans. It was really very cool, organic at that. And of course, there were some pecans. We loved those pecans. So specialty ingredients, kitchen tools, suggested drink pairings, and music to help enhance the experience of cooking. Now, keep in mind, all this really, I think, is geared towards trying to get people back in the kitchen, but in particular families, getting families back in the kitchen cooking together and also around the table, sharing meals together, which is how God made us. So I'm very excited about the Besh Box. Now, when possible, the Besh Box will include local, artisan, and small batch items that introduce subscribers to some of Chef John Besh's favorite new products, maybe secret old standbys, and purveyors of awesome, awesome goods. Now, as he says, right, quote, "It's all about creating a dialogue and connecting in a meaningful way through these cooking lessons. Each month I will bring to you the ingredients and tools that I have fallen in love with over the years, along with the recipes and tips you need to create not only the recipe in the box, but so many others, passing on my soul to you through food." So that's what Chef John Besh had to say. He said, he continues here, "Simply put, it is a way for me to share my love of a great home-cooked meal." I love that. So you can find more if you Google Catholic Foodie and Besh Box. You'll find more of what I had to write about that. But it's an exciting thing. It really is. And I was excited on Thursday, Friday of this past week to actually receive that from UPS. Very good. Now, why did I want to do video? I started to say this a minute ago. I wanted to do video because if you look at BeshBox.com, you're not going to see a lot of pictures on the site itself. You're not going to see a listing even of what's inside the box. No. Surprise. See, surprise is a good thing sometimes, and so you're not going to see necessarily what's in each box. However, if you are on any kind of social media platform, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, any of these social media platforms, you could use a hashtag, the hashtag BeshBox. Pinterest is another one, Pinterest. Hashtag BeshBox, you search for that, and you're going to find people all over the country who have subscribed to these culinary boxes of goodies, and you're going to see their pictures and their videos and their what they did, the finished product, the dishes that they made, maybe what was in the box, whatever it may be. And so what I wanted to do is something a little bit different to show you the unboxing of the Besh Box, especially for a feast day that I love so much, like St. Joseph's Day. So that's what I'm going to do here with you right now. If you are listening to this and you are not able to see the video, just go to CatholicFoodie.com. You will find it there. You will also find a link to my YouTube channel, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is simply YouTube.com/Catholic Foodie. You can find it over there too. That way you can see what kind of good goodies Chef John Besh has in this box. Now, without further ado, this is a video I filmed just a little while ago. I'm going to gracefully transition from my speaking voice to this video. So, bon appetit. So, very cool. We have a card here explaining the Italian feast day. It's a little letter here from John Besh. Attached, we have a medal for St. Joseph, a St. Joseph medal. I'll need to get my my parish priest maybe to bless this on Wednesday, the feast day of St. Joseph. That'd be fantastic. Now, the card says here, the Italian feast day talks about faith and food, how they go hand in hand. Of course, John explains a little bit about the devotion that we have, particularly down here, of St. Joseph altar, a way that we honor St. Joseph in a special way. Of course, it comes from the Sicilians. So that's fantastic. I know that Chef John Besh also has, personally, a devotion to St. Joseph. St. Joseph has played a big role in his life. And heard a little bit about that today. As a matter of fact, there was a special Men's Morning of Spirituality in New Orleans. Some Catholic men in the Archdiocese of New Orleans put that together. And Chef John Besh, along with Tommy Svetanovich of Drago's restaurant, both spoke. The Archbishop was there. It's fantastic. But that's for another time, I think. Now here, look at this. We haven't opened the box yet, really, right? But this is a cheat sheet. So we can see here everything that's going to be in the box. I've already pointed out to you we had a St. Joseph medal. Apparently there's a ravioli stamp in here, which is really cool. I've never, believe it or not, made my own ravioli. It may be a good time to start. Basil seeds. If I know Chef John Besh, these basil seeds will probably be organic basil seeds. So we'll see that in a second. Some anchovies. Wow. I'm not a fan of anchovies, but my son loves them, so he's going to really enjoy that. Some dried mission figs. Boy, that's figs. I mean, awesome. Matter of fact, the St. Joseph Day altars, there's a special traditional dessert. There's lots of different desserts, lots of different cakes and breads and pastries that you'll find on the St. Joseph altars. But there are these special Italian cookies, cucciadata, I believe is what they call them, and one particular type is filled with a fig filling, and I love those. Very, very good. I can't wait to get some St. Joseph Day cookies. I have been wanting a garlic press for a long time. I didn't have one, and now I do. This is fantastic. I usually just crush my garlic. I use a mortar and pestle quite a bit. Every once in a while I will mince garlic, but I've never had a press. So this is good. Need a press. And then organic fennel seed. Now this is very appropriate because, you know, fennel is something that you'll see a lot in European cuisines. And I encountered fennel quite a bit in my recent trip to the Holy Land. And fennel will make an appearance in the upcoming cookbook and in some of the recipes that I feature there. I had, it was amazing, some of the dishes that we had in the Holy Land that had fennel, and some of the fennel was actually like the root of the fennel, steamed or roasted, and we would eat it almost like a cabbage. It was very interesting. It was the first time I'd ever had that. So this is neat. The Italian Feast Day Besh Box. Let's dig inside, see what we have in here. I've already shown you the cheat sheet, and I love this because Chef John Besh always has the same thing in the boxes, right? Eat, drink, and be merry. On the inside, you have different, I'm sure, recipe. Look at that. This is a very popular dish that we have on St. Joseph altars because there's no meat on a St. Joseph altar. So pasta Milanese is, believe it or not, it's got anchovies. So it's anchovy-based tomato sauce, very popular, seafood or fish marinara type of a sauce, a tomato sauce, used for St. Joseph Feast Day. And it's funny because they'll take breadcrumbs, seasoned breadcrumbs, and spread it on top of the pasta served with the Milanese sauce. And they refer to that very traditionally, right? It's traditional and devotional. They refer to that as St. Joseph's sawdust. So it's not real sawdust, it's breadcrumbs. But very cool. So that's neat. We got pasta Milanese, we got ravioli. If you want to do a ravioli Milanese recipe. The filling. Oh, wait a minute. This is awesome. Recipe for the fig cookies. Check it out. That is fantastic. I love that. It's also always got like a little story, something about, to try to share the personal nature of this, because food is very personal, right? There's nothing, I don't think, that's more intimate than simply sitting around the table with family and friends sharing food. And then to be the cook or the chef to actually prepare that food and give of yourself through food and actually feed other people is an amazing thing. So that's very cool. Let's see what else we got here. A little cocktail, for that. And he loves to put these in there too. A playlist of music that he enjoys. And here we have an Italian feast day playlist with different songs like Buonasera from Louis Prima. Volare, whoa, that's Dean Martin there. And a whole bunch of other ones. 13 different songs here that he recommends. And some other information in here too. I don't know what that is. Feed the Children. It must be a charity that he may be recommending. And let's see, grocery list. If you want to prepare the things that he includes here. Very convenient, by the way. How do you like that? You get a grocery list and everything. Very cool. And let's see what else is in here. Here is, yep, this is it. This is the ravioli stand. Very nicely, very well packed. Everything's very nice there. Ravioli stamp. You want to make some ravioli. Very cool. I like that. Yep, what did I tell you? Organic seeds, right? All good things, organic seeds. This is Italian basil, Genovese basil. Love that. I have a black thumb. See? I have a black thumb. I need to find somebody with a green thumb to plant these and help them to actually live. I've got a little bag here. What's in this bag? Let's check this out. Yep. Figs. Organic Mission figs. Excellent source of fiber. No sugar added. No preservatives. Tell you what the figs remind me, though. Again, a recent trip that I had to made to the Holy Land, to Israel, and we ate dates. We had so many. I mean, the dates are fresh. They're right there from that area. There's just nothing like it, and it's hard to find them here, you know. And if you do find them, well, they're pretty darn expensive. So, what a wonderful tool. I love garlic. I put garlic in almost anything. Use a lot of it, too. It's hard to find fresh garlic, though. I think a lot of that has to do with transportation. It winds up just getting stale by the time we get it. But I love fresh garlic. Probably need to start growing my own, too. This is my son is going to love this. Not sardines, anchovies, right? Anchovies, flat fillets of anchovies in pure olive oil. Product of Italy, Sicily. Very good. And I think that's it. That was everything that we had talked about, everything we saw on the cheat sheet. So this, my friends, is the Italian feast day, or the St. Joseph's Day Besh Box. And I'm excited to do something good and delicious with this for me and for my family. And who knows, maybe even some friends too. Maybe invite some people over. So this is it. And you can find more recipes, learn more about St. Joseph's Feast Day and the St. Joseph altar tradition that we have in New Orleans over at CatholicFoodie.com. I'll see you over there. And until then, bon appetit.